What's up, comic and pop culture fans? This is James with Minhunter Comics, and I gotta tell you, I don't normally make a video about one comic. It's just not my style. It would be pretty boring, lazy, and just not really creative content. And I'm sure that would all be true if it wasn't this book. I can't believe I own this. The historical significance of this book alone, take away the fact that I'm a massive Green Lantern fan, a 9.8 white pages, that's a strong book, guys. For those of you unaware what this book is, it's from 1971, and it is considered one of Neil Adams' most classic covers of all time. It is the depiction of Speedy, who was Green Arrow's ward, getting into heroin. Front and center on the cover, which ushered in the age of bronze comics, which told people that this is going to be an era of reading that's going to deal with some heavier subjects than previously before. We're talking about political issues, social issues, drug issues. In the beginning of the Bronze Era, there was a massive movement to tell different and really kind of darker stories. With Amazing Spider-Man, it was issues 97 through 99, which actually abandoned the Comics Code Authority code up in the corner of the book and just went ahead and did what they wanted and wrote a story about drugs. Not dissimilar, this is DC's version of that style. Now, for those of you wondering, this is what many people would probably have to consider a bit of a grail, sometimes even a holy grail of one's collecting, of anyone who collects Bronze Age, anyone who certainly collects Green Lantern, anyone who collects DC. This is a massively important book to not only that generation, but just comics as a medium in general. It does also happen to be one of my top 10 covers of all time, and it is probably the maybe single-handedly most underrated in terms of price book from that era. For such a massive key that's even recognized as such a massive key as it is absolutely bizarre that I was able to get a 9.8 white pages for $2,000 flat. Absolute piece of history in immaculate condition, $2,000. That's an absurd amount of money to spend on a book, no doubt. However, can we imagine for a second that this was a Marvel book? 1971, 9.8 white pages, and that much historical significance? This would be like a $15,000 book, honestly. But because it's DC, that market's still a bit untouched. As you guys know, my channel's not so focused on the whole, oh, this book's super undervalued, you might want to get it now. But, holy crap, am I right? Just goes to show you, there are books out there that are definitely existing on a different plane before there's any big spike. This is clearly one of these books. Green Lantern 87, first appearance of John Stewart, just 2 issues later. Almost the same sort of significance in the book, maybe a little bit more. But that's like a $10,000 9.8. And I imagine that book will also be on the rise in the next couple years. Why is this one only $2,000? I don't know, but I am not gonna fight it, guys. Buying this for this little almost felt like I traveled in a time machine to like 10 years back, and I'm really okay with that. And graded just a few weeks ago, during the peak of the CGC grading as harshly as they possibly can. That's a strong book, guys. Now, there is something particularly interesting about this copy, which made me choose this one over the 9.8 off-white to white pages, which is also on eBay. This one appears to be in a pedigree, but they didn't label it as a pedigree, which is really interesting. If you look, it's actually got a date stamp on there, which typically CGC has graded very harshly for. The only times they don't grade harshly for or ding you for it if it's from a verified pedigree. Now, I believe strongly that this is from some pedigree. I'm going to have to do some research and check out all the pedigrees and really put in the legwork to find out which one this is. Maybe I'll have them reholder it in the pedigree label. I gotta say, now that I've got this beautiful book, do I really feel like sending this down and having this cracked? Probably not. but it is interesting to note, of course. Let me pause the video real quick to ask you guys to pop in the comments, what's your favorite Neal Adams cover ever that's not this one? Or what's your favorite bronze key that's either your favorite in general or you think is very underrated? Let's give each other in the community some tips. I think it's safe to say this is a top 5 book for my collection for sure. Do I see myself ever selling this? Not a chance. Not a chance. Many of you know that I've got a Green Lantern slab collection going on. I'm trying to get that whole Hal Jordan run, that initial issues 1 through 224, and I'm getting pretty close. I'm about halfway of getting them all slabbed, maybe a little bit more than halfway. So that's pretty awesome. This is a healthy book, guys. And one of the things I like about it the most is the fact that it was graded so recently, in a time where CGC is grading absolutely harsh. This is not from 3 years back where they were noticeably more lenient, and you would sometimes get a 9.8 on a book that probably should have got a 9.6 or maybe even a 9.4. This is a 9.8 through and through. You're not going to find a single issue on any of the corners. There's nothing going on the spine. This is as crispy as the day it came off the printing press. A total time machine piece right here, guys. Let me just tell you something, guys. If you handle comics all the time, sometimes you can get a little bit numb to all the keys that pass through your fingers. But to get books that are so high grade and so historically significant, and to have them fetch the whale of a grade, I'm actually like a little emotional. Damn. Shoo. Oh, guys, oh my god, don't forget, 15,000 subscribers is coming up. Still be liking and commenting, because the winner, I'm just going to buy you a $500 book of your choice. I've forgotten to mention that in the past few videos. Whoops. Also, completely unrelated, guys, last Friday's claim sale was extremely successful, but there was someone that spent close to $1,000 that has seemingly just disappeared into oblivion. Please contact us. We'd like you to pay for the books that you claimed. Guys, I'll wrap up my thoughts for you here. Like I said, this is going to be a super quick video. It's a video solely about this one comic book. Some of you are going to ask, am I going to display it? No. Sometimes I'm just too afraid to even display certain books because it's so massively undervalued. I think this book is going to soar way past a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 price point in probably just the next few years. I can't have this even within a ray of sunshine. Absolutely not. This is going in a vault. Maybe I'll make like a shrine dedicated to it, that if I have like a really shitty day, I can just come in and remember that I own a Green Lantern 85 in a beautiful 9.8 white pager. All I know, guys, is this soothes the soul, and this has been a long time coming. I had a shot at getting a 9.0 recently, and holy crap, I'm glad I passed up on this and went for this one. Guys, hoard those pennies, save up, keep on reading, check out everything that has to do with the Bronze Age. It's still the best era of comic collecting, I think. And as always, keep on hunting.